Okay, I guess Polyphony Digital wanted to wish us all a happy Halloween. And for Halloween, for October 2019, they decided to give us Spa Francorchamps, wet and dry, and a few new cars. One of which is this classic old AMG Merc, which is a big old heavy, throaty, big bore kind of tank, which I'm all about it. So let's take this new car around the newest track in Gran Turismo. Okay, once again, it's a custom race. Spa. We'll do daytime cloudy. And we're going to take this 71 Merc. We'll just do a 5-lap race. Start last. Biggest rolling start interval. No rubber banding. Tire wear. Let's do 6 on the tire wear. Let's do 4 on fuel consumption. Do it a 1 make at professional. I think that's it. Let's go. I have tried Spa in the wet, and I tried in the new Lamborghini Aventador, and boy, that was a beast trying to get that thing to turn in on the wet. I haven't tried it in the dry, but in the wet, it's just does not want to turn. So we're just going to do this one in the dry. Okay, so as far as the settings go, traction control is off, ABS is off. Car settings, I've left everything the same. It defaults to sports medium. The only thing I did make a couple of changes. I made some changes to the ride height and suspension, just minor stuff. And then I put in a customizable transmission and tweaked it just a touch. There's the settings. But that's it. Without further ado, let's get this thing underway. One of the first things I noticed about this car, aside from that gorgeous sound that it makes, and the fact that it's super heavy. I think it weighs like 33 or 3,600 pounds. Is that, especially when you have the ABS turned off, which, was not a thing in 1971, obviously. It takes shockingly little brake pressure before the thing breaks traction. So you just barely breathe on the brakes in an attempt to get it to slow up, because it'll just, if travel on the brake pedal is from 0 to 10, you have to brake at like a 1 or a 2. Anything more than that, the tires will lock up. Woo! Hard to respect track limits there. Also find myself sort of braking a bit conservatively, a little bit before where the cones would indicate, just because it is kind of hard to get this thing woed up a little bit. But the track itself, Spa feels really good. It feels, you know, very familiar. I've played it in a bunch of other games. But, you know, I can't speak to its real world authenticity, or I don't even know. I don't know if it was laser scanned or what their procedure was, but other people are saying it's very accurate, and I will have to take their word for it. But it does feel really good. I've only tried it once in the wet, and in that Aventador. So, but it seemed treacherous when wet. And I don't know if that was the car, or maybe I had the wrong tire choice. I ran full wets. Maybe I should have run inters. I don't know. But it seemed treacherous. It seemed like I need some more practice before I try to run this thing in the wet. Like in the dry with this old beast here, you know, we'll get like sub 3-minute lap times, like 2:50, I think is around what I was getting. But in the wet, in that Lamborghini Aventador, which is, I think is a 2015 model, I'm not sure. In the wet, I was lucky to get like 4-minute laps, which felt just painfully slow. Like I say, I could not make the car turn in. And I think the category of that Lambo was a N800, according to GT Sports categorization. Really screwed that braking up there. That was unfortunate. And the AI robots are heckin' mad. At my unsportsmanlike conduct. What is a sportsmanship? Try to not do things that make you look bad. One of the things that I kind of dislike about a decision that they've chosen to make about this particular car is it's considered a Group X car, which it's not a real classification. I mean, they could have taken into consideration its horsepower to weight ratio and tried to put it in a really fitting category, because you can't really race like a Group X race because it's all over the place. It's big old heavy turds like this, and it's like these, you know, these prototypes that actually never made it into production that are basically hypercars. So you can't run a properly homologated Group X category race. You can't do it. The disparity between the cars within that same group is too great. So that's part of the reason that I chose to make this a one-make race. Maybe I'll do some experimentation and do some races and kind of find out which category in which this thing can kind of hold its own. Be interesting to find out. But having said that, it is rather fun just to hurl, wrestle this archaic, flatulent monstrosity around this track. Really hard not to go wide there in Blanchiment. If that is indeed Blanchiment. I know a lot of the corner names here, but I'm not exactly sure which is which. I mean, I know La Source here. Then the sort of Arouge, Radillon, Kimmel complex. And I think it's Malmedy, then Lacombe. That downhill double apexer, I think it's Pouan. Then there's the Fenya chicane and the Stavelos 1 and 2. I don't know. It gets kind of confusing. All right. We're on track for a podium fitness. We got about 2 laps to go. Let's see if we can buckle down and get this thing. Even at 6 times tire wear, the tires still feel pretty good. Considering, you know, they're medium tires, and this is a heavy car. It just does not like to turn or brake easily. You can really feel the mass. Kind of reeling them in a little bit. Last lap was a 2:57. Damn it. Glad I don't have track limits on. All right, last lap. See if we can at least get him on the end of the Kimmel straight. If not before, oh shit, he says as he flubs his braking into La Source. feel like the AI overslows right here through this Rouge Radeon. I can usually carry a lot more speed through there than they do. Of course, that time it was, my path through there was blocked a little bit. I didn't get to carry as much momentum as I'd like. Otherwise, I think I'd probably been able to get by both of them. I guess the Galaxy Brain maneuver would be to actually lift between La Source and Eau Rouge, give them a little headway, and get a run up, build up that momentum. Oh, shit. And then get them on the straight or into Malmedy. But now I'm fucking all up, just throwing everything away. Alright, let's stay on target. Alright, this puts me on the outside. Yeah, I knew that was coming. That's right, though. Slowed both of us up, but him more than me. Now I just need to hold on to what we got. Hey, I didn't run wide that time. Miracles never cease. Okay, that was 5 laps around the newest circuit in Gran Turismo Sport. Circuit de Spa Francorchamps in Belgium. In one of the newest cars. It's 71 300 SEL. I'm glad they finally added this track. I'll try to run some laps in the wet and see if I can't come to grips on it with it and see what's going on. Maybe try a different car than that Aventador. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching.